Okay, so welcome everyone to Master Your Emotion and Find Your Truth. Like always, I'm inviting the beautiful guests and beautiful souls who will be inspire you and be changing your life straight away. So today I'm going quick and briefly telling you number is 24 and number is beautiful because it's saying about everything about the abundance, wealth, health, and definitely this is a number around associated with the Archangel Gabriel. So that beautiful angel is giving you also the beautiful guidance. But anyway, today I've got a beautiful guest again and again. So Ismael Perez, he would like to maybe say something about the things what he's doing. I don't know, maybe briefly you can just only say something about yourself for the people who just only first listening you.
Sure. So, for those that don't know me, I am a cosmic ambassador appointed by the Interdimensional Alliance, Guardian Alliance, known as the Emerald Order. And I am one of many millions of starseeds that was born awakened. And my purpose here is to help help activate, and help others remember their mission here on the earth, which is not only to accelerate the consciousness and evolution of humanity,
Mhm.
but also to remember that we came here to transform these physical bodies into immortal bodies as we integrate with our light body and energy vehicles. And as a result of that, also to remind everybody that we are the ones that took the call, because we are the most powerful beings in not only this universe, but in all the different universes. And so that's why only the strong came to embody in a human form. Many of the guardians out there envy us because we were able to receive new bodies. And this is the last vehicle, the last incarnation that we are going to be taking with us as we ascend into higher levels of reality and as our dormant DNA becomes activated.
Yeah, so can you tell a little bit more about the Dormant DNA? Actually, that wasn't my question, but now just when you came suddenly, because so many people are asking, where's the solar flash? Where is?
Okay, so the dormant DNA is comprised out of billions of star races that represent all the different universes. A lot of these beings that contributed their DNA are pretty much waiting for us to use even just more than just the 4%, because the whole purpose of this amalgamation of DNAs that
Mhm.
we inherited was to create a super powerful race. And so that was the original conception of our race before we were hijacked by the fallen Elohim or the fallen Anunnaki. And so our dormant DNA really holds the keys, not only the keys to unlocking the memories of our living universe, but also the keys to unlocking the gates and the realms of eternity as we continue using more than just 10%. We are going to reach levels of power that have never been heard of before.
Mm.
And that explains why all the different extraterrestrials they want a piece of our DNA, because our DNA is the most valuable commodity that is being sold out in the intergalactic um, agricultural trade.
Yeah.
As I
Yeah. Would you mind just only say a little bit more about the organic humans? I mean, that's the result of embody of the 12 dimensions, a little bit more about around it, because that would be beautifully connected.
About the what humans? I'm sorry.
I mean the organic humans, because that's the really true where we are just only heading. It's not like the AI, that's a fallen angels. Definitely, it's not that uh, space secret program or that kind of the thing. So yeah, a little bit how is the organic human is going to look like when we're going to activate our dormant DNA, and what we can expect, or maybe not expectation at all around it.
Well, depending on the dimension that we came from, there's going to be different levels of upgrades. Most of the star seeds are going to have a spiritual gift, some sort of a superpower. A smaller group of star seeds are going to have multiple gifts or multiple powers. And then even a smaller group of the star seeds are going to be able to have every power. And what I mean by that is not only are they going to be able to teleport,
Mm-hmm.
control the elements, harness the different um, periodic table of the elements, electricity, um, stones, rocks, but they're also going to fly. They're also going to control gravity.
Wow.
And some cases, some of them are going to be so powerful that they're actually going to be able to pause reality at will or manipulate reality at will instantaneously through the power of their thoughts. So, depending on the level of upgrade, there's going to be different types of superheroes in the new Earth. And I always compare it to the scenario that existed in ancient times when you had the gods of Olympus.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the gods, you had the demigods, right? The heroes of old. Underneath them, you had the wizards, the alchemists, the magicians. And then you had the humans, which is the greater population. So it's going to be restored to that again. It's going to be once again a world where immortals, gods, angels, physical angels, gods, one and the same, right? Superhumans, wizards, they're all going to coexist again, all at the same time.
Wow.
So, yeah, but this time it's believed that we're actually going to be 100 times more powerful than the gods of old and also than the heroes of old because of the amalgamation of genetics that we carry. So, we also have something else in our genetics that no other race has, and that is the God source gene. So we have the ability to assemble strands of DNA beyond the 12 into 144,000. So it turns out that most of the extraterrestrial races that exist in physical form, all the way to the
Mm-hmm.
12th dimension, have only assembled up to 48 strands of DNA. So we're the first specimen that is going to have the ability to go beyond 48 strands into 144 strands, which is going to be something that has never happened before. So that's how powerful we're going to be.
Okay, another question from the audience, like they're asking me to ask you. It's like why we are stuck temporarily in the three-dimension world? Why we don't go very fast or very quick and we transition very quickly to 5, 6 dimension?
Well, everything happens in divine timing. You know, we're meant to experience the struggles and challenges of having a mortal body in order to humble us
Okay.
and make us more compassionate beings. So when the time came when we were to activate the dormant DNA and we inherited or we manifested these superhuman powers, we would actually use our powers for good. So that's the reason why we had to experience what it would be like to be a human before our transformation into superhuman.
Okay. And another question is around the secret space program. They're asking how many are secret program exist, and can you tell a little bit more about it for us?
Sure. Well, there's hundreds of breakaway groups.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent breakaway groups that broke away since the early 1930s and the late 1920s, which began with the Nazis, um, there's about six of them, 6 or 7 of them. Some are nefarious. In other words, they're working with the negative alien agenda. And then some are benevolent. They're positive. They're working with the Guardian Alliance and the Federation of Worlds. But from what I've come to discover is that there's been millions upon millions of breakaway groups. In fact, a lot of the star races out there, a lot of these advanced civilizations, like the Arcturians and the Andromedans and the Pleiadians, broke away from our Earth millions of years ago. Yeah, they used to exist on planet Earth when planet Earth was known as Gaia, existing in the 8th dimension before it fell in density into becoming Terra in the 5th dimension. So we could say that all civilizations originated from planet Earth when Earth was still Gaia and Earth was located in the Vega star system. So our planet right now originated in our universe in the Vega star system in the constellation of Lyra in the galactic sector of Sirius B. So we could say that all human civilizations out there in our universe broke away from the original Earth before Earth fell into lower densities.
Yeah, that's because in your book, in your origin, so our origin cosmic, um, you wrote something in a chapter 7 about unpurged intelligence, and also you wrote something, or of course, about the Lord Sama about the falling angels, and then there was a secret space program, just on you reversing all the time. Yeah, so that was like that's telling me that fallen angels, but also that was a good angels as well. Yeah, that's give me that sense. But
Are
how
you
about the
refer are
yeah?
you referring to the last chapter in my second edition?
Not the second edition. I didn't read the second edition yet
Okay.
because I'm still reading the first one because I'm falling in passion about the first one because that's a lot of beautiful words for me, a new one. So I'm just only decoding.
Okay.
I love something I would like to say challenging instead of just only easy, just go and come and absorb that knowledge. That's me anyway. Uh, about the another question about the movie because like remember the first our podcast I've been talking about oh my goodness, I forgot the movie. Avatar. That was Avatar. But now is a I found the movie Valerian of the City of Thousand Planets, and also I found the movie Adjustment Bureau. So can you tell a little bit more about if you have did you watch that movie or just
Which one? Avatar? Yes, I
no,
did.
no Avatar? That was a Valerian and City of Thousand Planets.
No, I haven't seen that movie.
This one is about the secret space program, about two guys, I mean the woman and man. But anyway, if anyone who is watching me now and Ishmael, just please go and find it. That movie is really, really worth it to see because that's everything is unraveling. This is like a document for everything. Um, what we can say to people who are really in the deep sleep and they didn't want to awake, and we know they are starseeds, we know they came here for the purpose, shall we leave them or they are really really uh, came here and sign up that kind of the contract and they're going to stay behind, maybe not behind us, but they're going to stay in the three-dimensional world. Can
Absolutely not. The starseeds are advancing into the higher dimensional Earth. As Earth becomes restored back to Terra, Gaia, and Arimatina, we're going to have an opportunity to advance the dimensions beyond the fourth. Like I said, some of us are going to be able to go all the way to the eighth dimensional Earth, Gaia, and
Mhm.
then a number of us are going to be able to go all the way up into the 12th dimensional Earth, Arimatina. So we're going to have the opportunity to live in multiple dimensions. When the Earth takes her ascension, the cosmic current, which connected the Earth to all 12 dimensions, is going to be reinstated. And so that's why we're going to have the ability to exist in all 12 dimensions, or depending on where you come from, or all 8 dimensions, or all 5 dimensions. But those that ascend to the higher dimensions are going to have access to all the dimensions.
Okay, so how you can explain in the easy simple way to human doesn't know what is how it looks like a dimension, because sometimes the people thinking we will be just only taking and ascending all the way and maybe just only placing in the different place of the planet Earth. So how you can describe it in the easy simple way so they can understand?
Okay, so see dimensionals as Russian roulette dolls. You know, the higher you go in dimensions, the more access to reality you're going to have, all the way to the fourth dimension, where the Earth Terrans are going to be heading, which is the majority of the humans. So, for instance, for the starseeds that go into dimensions 5 and 6 and 7, they're going to have access to all the dimensions between 4 and 7. The
Mm-hmm.
starseeds dimensions 8, 9, 10 are going to have access to all the dimensions between 4 and 10. And then the starseeds that go to dimensions 12 and 13, which is beyond our universe, they're going to have access to all 13 dimensions all the way to the fourth. So people are
Oh,
going to be existing in multiple dimensions while operating here on the fourth dimension. They're going to be able to manifest physical forms. They're going to be able to shift from one level of reality to the next at will, depending on where you ascend to or where you're vibrating from. So that's how it's going to be. It's going to be an integration of dimensions. See, right now, Gabriela, all the dimensions are separated through different vibrations. But when the shift takes place, it's going to be an integration. It's almost going to be a dimensional alignment. And that's what's going to be happening. It's the Earth is going to be connected to all 12 dimensions again.
Yeah, that's beautifully you said, because that movie beautifully for the showing how the dimension is going to will be exist. That's definitely. But those people in that movie, they've got the I'm going to say sunglasses or that kind of the things they putting on the eyes, and just on they stepping. They're walking close to each other, but they live in the different dimension. Like we now at the moment, we are just on in a different dimension. Yes,
Mhm.
definitely. Wow, that's amazing. Um, can you just only describe or just only update what's going on now in the cosmos, in the galactic, so the people will be know what's going on and they will be ready and prepared for the maybe solar flash activator, not be DNA.
So the changes that are taking place on the Earth are not only um, exclusive to the Earth. It's actually changes are taking place everywhere in the cosmos. The shift in consciousness here is actually also altering the shift in consciousness throughout the different universes. So right now there's a huge cleansing, house cleansing that's been going on in many galaxies within our own universe and in other universes. And a lot of that cleansing is being conducted by our own super soldiers. So a lot of the star seeds that have been recruited to be part of these breakaway groups known as secret space programs, they don't realize that they're operating over there and here all at the same time. Okay, because we
Mm,
have capacity to operate different avatars. Only a
yeah,
portion of the consciousness is here, and
I
other
know.
portions, yeah, it's existing in other timelines or dimensions or worlds. And so right now we're doing a house cleansing in our known segment known as Super Universe of Orventon, which consists of 700 million local universes. So as I speak, there's an intergalactic tribunal that's taking place due to the house cleansing that the super soldiers have been conducting since the 1970s, the 1980s, and now we're bringing a close to that. So it's also a reflection of what's happening here as the Earth Alliance pushes for disclosure, as the Earth Alliance exposes the cabal. We're also
Yeah.
going to be we're going to be seeing, it's a reflection. We're going to be seeing tribunals taking place here, but it's also a reflection of the tribunals that are taking place out in space as well. So it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Like a Starseed, we've got the two missions, are rising up our frequency, and like that's like you said beautifully, cleansing in every dimension. That's happening over the night. So that's why sometimes we are waking up, say, oh my goodness, what I've done during the night. So definitely that's yeah, that's happening already. Oh my goodness. I know you're rushing, so I would like to say thank you so much. And would you mind just only say the last word for the people, lifting them up and saying something
Sure.
which
Yeah.
encourage them?
Yeah, of course. The light is always 10 steps ahead of the darkness, and there is a divine plan that is unfolding. We really have nothing to fear. We really have nothing to worry about. Just stay centered, stay grounded, stay in your power, and soon we will rise as superheroes and we will be the disclosure. And we're also going to be the connecting point between the Earthlings and the galactic community when all these changes takes place. And for those that haven't had a chance to read my book, I just re-edited it. I added a new chapter. I restructured it. And it's called Our Cosmic Origin. What I could do is give you a link for the new edition, so that way people get the new edition. The new edition is by far mind blowing because I reveal what happens after the ascension into the future
Oh,
as we, conduct one last war against artificial intelligence, which is a war that we win, by the way. Our future selves, our superhuman selves, win that war. So I teach classes online. For those that are interested, I teach starseed cosmology. Learn about your stellar origin. Learn about the different dimensions. Learn about every chakra from 1 to the 13th. And most importantly, you guys are going to get a thorough explanation of cosmic and galactic history from the cosmic immaculate conception that gave us the 15-dimensional or the multiverse to all the suppressed history of the earth.
wow, that's amazing. Wow. Wow. I
Yeah.
recommend everyone just when you go and try it, just try it. If you don't try it, you never know what you can, yeah, what kind of the possibility is dreaming inside you. Definitely. I encourage everyone, just go. yeah, and sign it up and just go and read your book, definitely. And not just only once, 3 times, 4 times, and just only doing and over and over. Thank you so much for having a time to do the podcast. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Gabriela.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.